If you're looking for the best balance transfer credit card with high limits that approve people who have a less than stellar credit, here is a review I really want you to pay attention to. So number 10, we have Citi Rewards Plus. Our score, 8/10. So this is a wonderful card because it has an introductory APR of 0% for 15 months on balance transfers from the date of first transfer and on purchases from account opening. Okay, after that the APR will be 18.49% to 28.49%. And so what we love about the card is that you have the 0% APR on balance transfers, but the card also has bonus points on spending at supermarkets and gas stations. So a 25,000 sign-up bonus is available after you spend $1,500 in purchases with your card within 3 months of account opening, redeemable for $250 in gift cards at thankyou.com. So this is kind of fantastic. And this card is actually open to anybody, regardless of credit score, as long as you have a strong relationship with Citibank. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. I really appreciate having you here. In today's conversation, I want you to make yourself comfortable. I'm actually going to go through a rundown of the top 10 best balance transfer credit cards with high limits, regardless of your credit score. Number 9, we have here Citi Diamond Preferred. Our score, 8.4/10. So this is one of the best balance transfer credit cards in our view, again, because here you have an introductory annual APR of, APR of 0% for 12 months on purchases and 21 months on balance transfers from the date of first transfer. So this is really cool. And balance transfers must be completed within 4 months of account opening. So Citibank actually gives you a 120-day limit here within that window you need to make the transfer. And after the intro period is over, you have the APR that will actually fluctuate from 18% to 28.74%. This is kind of cool. Now, the top features we love with this card here is that you have the 0% intro APR on balance transfer. There's nothing else. Okay, 0% APR on balance transfers. There's no reward, nothing. And so you want to think about that. And if let's say you can pair this card with the Discover balance transfer, because here that card, I'll speak about it later on. That card actually has a rewards program that includes a cashback match at the end of your first year. Number 8, we have Bank of America Unlimited Cash Rewards. Our score, 8.7/10. So in our view, as a user, you receive a 0% intro APR on purchases for 18 billing cycles and 0% intro APR on balance transfers for 18 billing cycles for any balance transfer made within the first 60 days. So it's 2 months, not 3 months. 2 months, okay? And in addition to the 0% APR on for 18 billing cycles, what we love about this card is that it gives you 1.5% cashback on all spending and charges, no annual fee. So basically, when you think about it, you can earn a $200 online cash rewards bonus after you make at least $1,000 in purchases in the first 90 days of account opening. This is kind of cool. And so another card that you can pair this card with is the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which actually earns a lot of travel rewards. Okay, you have a unlimited 5% cashback on travel bookings through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, for example, and you have 3% on dining and drugstore purchases and 1.5% on all other purchases. Fantastic. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are speaking about the top 10 best balance transfer credit cards with high limits, regardless of your credit score. Number 7, we have here Citi Double Cash 18-month balance transfer offer. Our score, 8.9/10. So we love this card because this card has no annual fee. This is fantastic. It comes with an 18-month 0% intro APR, and the APR applies to balance transfers. And after the APR is over, you have a 19% to 29%. That's the APR, okay? And so the card also is great because you can earn 1% cashback when you make a purchase with a card and 1% when you pay it off, with no cap on rewards. And as a cardholder, you get a long interest-free period for balance transfers, and you owe no annual fee. So this is cool. And another card to consider to pair this card with, you could look at a card with the balance transfer offer and a cashback rate of at least 2%, such as the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. I'll speak about that later on. So overall, this is a great card. And one thing I want to say here is that this card actually incentivizes you to not only use the card, but also incentivizes you to to pay the bill, like to pay your bill real fast. Number 6, we have Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards. Our score, 9 over 10. So this card is fantastic because as a cardholder, you receive a 0% intro APR on purchases for 18 billing cycles and 0% intro APR on balance transfers for 18 billing cycles for any balance transfers that you made in the first 60 days. It has to be 2 months though, okay? And the card allows you to choose the 3% cashback category and change it monthly. So here you have rotating categories, okay? As a cardholder, you can earn 2% cashback at grocery stores and wholesale clubs on up to $2,500 in combined purchases quarterly, and other purchases get 1% back. And Bank of America preferred rewards clients can receive 25% to 75% more cashback on every purchase. This is a way for Bank of America to incentivize you, to encourage you to become a loyal customer. Okay, and another card to consider here, you can actually pair this card with the Chase Freedom Flex, which gives you a 15-month 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers with no annual fee. And the card actually earns up to 5% cashback in select bonus categories and offers a sign-up bonus with a low minimum spending requirements. Number 5, we have here the Wells Fargo Active Cash. Our score, 9.1 over 10. So when you think about this card, we love this card for several reasons, but we love the card first because it has a 0% intro APR for 15 months from account opening on purchases and qualifying balance transfers. Then you have a 20 to 24 to 29% variable APR after that. So balance transfers made within 4 months qualify for the intro rate and a 3% balance transfer fee. So what are the top features of this card? Well, as a cardholder, you earn 2% cashback on every purchase with no rotating categories to activate or limit on rewards. And you pay no annual fee, and you spend $500 in the first 3 months to receive a $200 sign-up bonus. Okay, and another card to consider to pair this card with, we have the Capital One Quicksilver Rewards Credit Card. This is a card that offers a 1.5% cashback on every purchase and a chance to earn a one-time $200 cash bonus after you spend $500 in the first 3 months. So here you have the opportunity to pair this card, to pair Wells Fargo Active Cash up with the Capital One Quicksilver Cash Rewards Credit Card. Number 4, we have the Discovery Balance Transfer. Our score, 9.4 over 10. And this is a great card for many reasons. First of all, you have a 0% intro APR for 18 months on balance transfers and for 6 months on purchases. And after that, you have a 16% to 27% in terms of APR. And so in addition to the intro APR, the 0% intro APR, the card offers 5% cashback up to the quarterly limits in rotating categories you activate and 1% thereafter, and on all other purchases. And Discover will match all the cashback you have earned at the end of your first year, and they charge an annual fee, like they charge no annual fee. And another card to consider when trying to pair up this card with is in our view, the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This could be a better choice for travel enthusiasts. The card delivers unlimited 5% cashback on travel booked through Chase, plus 3% on dining and drugstore spending, and 1.5% on everything else. And new cardholders earn an extra 1.5% cashback bonus on every purchase up to $20,000 spent in the first year. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation because I really want to contextualize the conversation. I'm speaking to you about the top 10 best balance transfer credit cards with high limits, regardless of your credit. Okay, as long as you have a good relationship with the institution, as long as you're making good money, even if you have bad credit, you can still qualify. Number 3, we have the Citi Simplicity card. Our score, 9.6 over 10. So this card is great because as a new cardholder, you receive an intro APR of 0% for 12 months on purchases and 21 months on balance transfers from the date of first transfer. Balance transfers must be completed within 4 months of account opening. So the card's primary feature is the 0% intro APR. And particularly, in our view, the 21-month interest-free period. Think about it, 21 months. It's just crazy. That's really good. Okay. And another card to actually consider when thinking about pairing this card up with another card, that's the City Rewards Plus card. So this card allows you to receive 2 points per dollar at supermarkets and gas stations on up to $6,000 in purchases each year, and then 1 point per dollar above that threshold. You can earn a 25,000-point sign-up bonus after you spend $1,500 in purchases with your card within 3 months of account opening, redeemable for $250 in gift cards at thankyou.com. Okay, fantastic. Number 2, we have a US Bank Visa Platinum. Our score, 9.8 over 10. So this card is kind of fantastic because you pay no interest for 18 billing cycles on purchases and balance transfers. Think about it, 18 months. Fantastic. And then if you actually, if you pay your cell phone bill with a card, you will receive cell phone protection against damage or theft on up to $600 per incident and $1,200 per year. Okay. Another card to consider if you want to pair this card with up with another card. You have the City Double Cash card. It's a card that offers I think I spoke about it like a few minutes ago. You have a card that offers a cashback rewards program and an 18-month 0% intro rate on balance transfers. You can earn unlimited rewards, so 1% cashback when you make a purchase with a card and 1% back when you pay it off for no annual fee, boss. No annual fee too. So this is really a great proposition if you were to ask us. Number 1, the best of the best in our view when it comes to the best balance transfer credit cards with high limits regardless of your credit score. You have the Wells Fargo Reflect credit card. Our score, 9.9 over 10. This card is great because you pay off debt or finance a big purchase with a 0% intro APR on purchases and qualifying balance transfers for, guess what, 21 months. 21 months. So after the intro period, there is a 17 to 29% variable APR that applies, and the annual fee is $0. So this is kind of cool. And the cool thing here is that you have 120 days after opening your account to make balance transfers at the promotional APR. And so the card actually, this is a wonderful card. We love the fact that you can actually pair it up with another card, which is like the Chase Slate Edge, which this card actually offers a 0% intro APR on purchases for 18 months. 18 months, boss. Then you have a 19 to 28% variable APR that applies. So pay your bill on time and spend at least $1,000 on the card each year to be considered for an interest rate cut on up to 2%. 2 percentage points annually. So this is a great incentive because Chase is trying to really encourage you to use the card more often and also actually pay off whatever you charge on the card. Fantastic. Now, so you've heard the rundown of the top 10 best balance transfer credit cards with high limits, regardless of your credit score. Okay, I want to insist on that because people always believe, well, I need to have a good credit score, blah 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 blah, to qualify for a balanced transfer credit card. Not always. If you have normally to have a good chance of qualifying for a balanced transfer credit card, you got to have at least one of 3 scenarios. Either you have a good FICO profile, good FICO score, a good financial profile, like you're making good money, or you have like a good CUR and good DTI, good credit utilization ratio, or good debt to income ratio. Or the third option is you have a great relationship with the institution. So if you have a great relationship, let's say you have a long-standing relationship with PNC, then you stand a chance of qualifying for a PNC balance transfer credit card, either through direct approval or pre-approval. Okay, so what is a balance transfer credit card in the first place? Well, those cards are designed to help you get out of debt while paying 0 interest. Okay, so this sounds really amazing, don't you? I mean, what we think here is that if you are, let's say, the trick is you want to make sure that the card doesn't actually charge you too high when it comes to fees. Because see, when you pay 3%, 4%, 5% fees for transferring balances, you are paying the fees right away. Like they might tell you it's 3%, but when you annualize this fee, you are paying more than 100%. Because again, the fee is payable immediately. Whereby when you have whereas when you have let's say a 20% APR, this is annual percentage rate. So they're charging you annually. but the fee is payable right away. Okay, so here's the decision I really want you to think about. So how do balance transfer credit cards work? So usually you have to pay attention to eligibility. So you want to pay attention to your credit score, your DTI, your debt to income ratio. You want to think about your credit history overall. There might be some restrictions on balance transfers that you really need to be aware of. Okay, so balances must come from another creditor. And so you got to also think about the types of debts that you can transfer, like credit card balances, loan balances. There might be limits on how much you can transfer also, okay? And the timeline. So there is a timeline when it comes to initiating balance transfers, qualifying for the introductory rate, planning for the balance transfer to take a few weeks. Think about that too. And introductory periods vary. It can go from a few days to a few months. It really depends on the issuer. And there might be a fee, a balance transfer fee. So most cards charge a fee for each balance transfer. So think about that. Some cards may temporarily waive balance transfer fees. But again, it's always important to ask questions to get all the info that you need before initiating a balance transfer. Here are the steps I really want you to pay attention to if you are interested in getting a balance transfer credit card. So should you get a balance transfer credit card in the first place? Well, it really depends on you because there are pros and cons when it comes to balance transfer credit cards. What are the pros? You pay less interest, you save time, you become debt-free sooner, and you increase your credit score as you pay down debt. Because if you think about it, a whopping 30% of your FICO score depends on your credit utilization ratio. So this is the amount of credit you have used compared with the amount of credit you have available. So the lower your utilization rate, the better. So when you transfer a balance from a credit card and keep the account open, your utilization rate on that account will drop. But keep in mind that your new balance transfer card might initially have a high credit utilization ratio, especially if you have transferred several balances. Your score might even decrease at first because of the high ratio. However, your credit utilization ratio will drop as you pay down your debt, and your FICO score should improve as long as you don't make purchases with your balance transfer card. What about the cons? Well, you have balance transfer fees. Very important to remember them. You have introductory offer limits. You have credit limits also. You have transfers from the same lender are not allowed because, the lender, they can't actually shoot themselves in the foot. No. You also have promotional rate terms and other fees may apply. So this is really something I want you to look at the constellation of factors here. So here is a bonus for you. If you want to maximize your savings with a 0% balance transfer card, make sure that you are paying attention to, just avoid late payments. Don't make new purchases with your card. And you want to know the date your 0% APR ends, the expiration date, okay? And I want to also, before closing today's conversation, I want to give you a few pro tips. How do you do a balance transfer? Well, you want to create a budget, okay? You want to organize balance transfer information. And then once you identify the card that you really want to go after, you want to make your request, okay? So making your request will be very helpful here. And you want to continue making payments until your balance transfers. Okay, this is important to not actually declare victory too soon. You want to see the result. You want to see the existing account transfer to your new account before stopping making payments. And keep old accounts open so that you can actually increase the history on your credit history. You can lengthen your credit history. Here is a winner for you. How can you choose the best balance transfer card? I mean, in today's conversation, I gave you 10 names, but how do you actually choose the best one for you? Because I don't care about generic choices here, but I really care about the card that really works for you. Well, you want to compare promotional periods. This should be your first strategy always, okay? You want to review other balance transfer terms because several features may make one balance transfer card more appealing than another. You have 0% APR promotion for new purchases. You have balance transfer fees. You have regular APR, for example. You have balance transfer limits also, and the types of debts you can transfer. Remember, you cannot transfer all debts, and you want to look for other types of fees too, because you may be able to avoid this by choosing a card that either doesn't have them or by not incurring them. So you have, let's say, annual fees, late fees, foreign transaction fees, cash advance fees. You also need to pay attention to the benefit of a rewards program, and you want to understand cardholder benefits. So overall, you have to really have you have to adapt a holistic view here. Here's a big decision time. Big decision time. Remember, there are alternatives to balance transfers. You can think about debt consolidation. You can think about a debt consolidation loan. You can think about a home equity loan, debt relief services, debt settlement companies, for example. Okay, and it's important to really understand that you always have to continue making the payments, and you can qualify. I want to close to this conversation on this. You can qualify for a balance transfer credit card even if you have less than stellar credit. Okay, remember those three things that I told you about, the trifecta. You got to have at least one of those three. If you have the three, fine. But if you have at least one, you should be good to go. You should be good to go. You should either have a good FICO score, a good financial profile, or a good relationship with a credit card issuer. I'm talking about a relationship on the banking side. Like you have checking accounts with them, you have savings account with them, you probably have a direct deposit coming into your account with them, so they love that. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about the top 10 best balance transfer credit cards. Before I do a recap here, I want to show you the approach we followed, our credit card evaluation approach. Check this out, because we have a methodical approach here when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing best balance transfer credit cards with high limits. Check this out. All right, let's quickly recap here. So, number one, we have Wells Fargo Reflect Card, 9.9 over 10. Number two, we have the US Bank Visa Platinum, 9.8 over 10. Number three, we have the Citi Simplicity, 9.6 over 10. Number four, we have Discover It Balance Transfer, 9.4 over 10. Number five, we have Wells Fargo Active Cash, 9.1 over 10. Number six, we have Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards, 9 over 10. Number seven, we have Citi Double Cash 18-month balance transfer offer, 8.9 over 10. Number 8, we have Bank of America Unlimited Cash Rewards, 8.7 over 10. Number 9, we have Citi Diamond Preferred, 8.4 over 10. And number 10, last but not the least, we have the Citi Rewards Credit Card, our score, 8 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.